How is your day going today?
Good. Little bit boring. There's many bands that I go back and forth from.
Yeah,
Everything from Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth. It's very easy to judge people.
yes.
Especially without talking to them.
Do you have a favorite place in the city?
Parks.
Yeah.
They're calming, relaxing. Spiritual places. I lived with my parents till the age of 40.
Can you tell me a little bit of growing up?
It was not easy. I grew up with a severe speech problem. This is how God made me. There's good and bad in every situation. I read a lot of self-help books. Yes. The more involved I am with nature, the closer I am with spirit
Yes.
and God. Be grateful for what you have. It's okay to strive for more, but be happy with what you have.
Hi, I'm Shawn Dworkin, and we are here with the Employees Club of California, and this is People We See. And your name?
Darren Gannon, Gannon.
Nice to meet you, Dan. And
Thank you.
thank you. And how is your day going today?
Good. It's a not nice day. Little bit boring. So I try to stay busy as much as possible.
And what do you like to do to keep busy? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, what I would really like to be doing. It's little bit hard. I just moved to this park to be closer to a school that that I would like to start soon.
Oh, nice. What would you like to take at the school?
At the present time, I just need to get into a routine. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Have you found that there's been anything that's leading you in that direction where you're starting to get a little bit of a routine?
Yes. I try to wake up as early as possible. Pick up my clothes and stuff, and be neat or organized.
Yeah, yeah. And then, so you were saying to me earlier that you did grow up in Los Angeles, correct?
Woodland Hills.
Woodland Hills.
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit of growing up, what it was like growing up in Woodland Hills?
It was not easy. I grew up with a severe speech problem. Uh, After the age of 21, my father told me a few times that at the age of 10, he could not understand me. Uh, I was in a college class and asked a teacher a question 3 times. Each time he could not understand me, so so I just stopped. So it was very difficult.
Yeah. Uh, and then and the school wasn't sympathetic. Did they try to find alternative routes around that?
Not really, because I was so rare.
Yeah.
You know, actually, when I was young, people actually thought that I was retarded.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was. I actually did not start believing that possibly I wasn't retarded till after high school.
Yeah.
So it was not easy.
Yeah. What do you have a passion? What is your passion?
Um, I can actually have lots of passions. but I like to read.
What do you like to read? Fiction mostly or nonfiction?
I read a lot of self-help books. Yes.
And what would you say is the greatest information that you've got out of that, or the best advice that you've gotten,
Oh
or
gosh.
perspective? I should say, what perspective have you gotten?
Everything comes and goes. Be grateful for what you have. It's okay to strive for more, but be happy with what you have.
Yes.
Which I very often have problems doing.
Yes. The less, but less can be. It can be more.
Sure.
It can
Sure.
definitely be more
Sure.
because you appreciate what you have more
Uh-huh.
when you have less.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have two sisters.
Do you keep in contact with them?
No.
Uh,
It's hard because my situation caused a lot of problems. Um, but I spent a lot of time home watching TV, sleeping late, for the most part being lazy, and that was just something that they could not understand.
yeah, yeah. Where did you work when you were in Woodland Hills growing up? Did you have a job after high school or during high school?
Yes, actually, my parents owned their own business, which I did not realize it at the time, but it was great for developing myself.
Good, good.
It forced me to be social.
Yes, yes. And did you find through the workplace that people were willing to work with your speech?
Yes.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And and why would you say that they were more open in the workplace than with at home and maybe in the school situation? Would you say?
I really don't know. It was something where I experienced a lot of everything. Um, because working at jobs that were not my parents' business were was not easy.
Yes, yes. Um, are you willing to share what their business was? If not, then it's okay.
Sure, my parents owned two Baskin Robbins 31 flavors ice cream stores.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yes, yes. It was quite an experience since it started with my mother's sister, then it went to my parents, and then it went to my father's side, and we at one time had all kinds of stores. My parents eventually bought a second store, and uh, every every holiday that we spent together, we very often talked about the stores, which my father got upset about, but because he used to say, I spend every day of the year in the stores.
Yeah.
Now that we're not there, I don't want to talk about the
Yeah,
stores.
that's true.
Yeah.
It's like he loved what he did, but at the same time, he
Yes.
needed an escape from
Yes.
it.
Yes. Exactly.
Um, and then, so let's get into how did you end up getting to life on the street? Like, what started happening?
My parents passed. I lived with my parents till the age of 40, which I really feel like I had no other choice, but that probably caused more problems, more isolation, more of a social phobia.
Yes.
But after my parents passed, I became homeless.
Yeah. And what were the first days like? What did you do to acclimate to that situation?
It was very strange, very boring. Uh, I did have one friend that I hung out with, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. But that friend was very supportive.
Yes. I've had a few friends that have tried to help me. Very often they get frustrated because they with their own lives know so little about my problems, and you it's it's next to impossible to understand another person's problems.
Unless you're
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Exactly.
What was the last job that you had?
My last job, I worked at a car dealership.
And then, how was that?
What? Not good. Had problems getting along with people.
Mostly because of the
Yeah.
speech.
Well, you see, the speech caused other problems too. Um, being social,
Yeah.
not getting along with people.
Who would you say that you've best been able to socialize with? Is there a certain group of people, or
Not
anything?
really.
No.
No.
Do you read outside of just the self help books too, though? Or
A little bit, but not much.
yeah, yeah. Are you religious then?
Uh, religious, more spiritual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, was there anything growing up that guided you to be more spiritual, or did you notice with other organized religions that maybe there wasn't a certain uh, path that made sense?
I have found that a lot of the self-help books go very much in a spiritual direction.
Yes.
You know, this this is how God made me.
Yeah.
Um, I try to deal with it the best that I can. Once again, there's pros and cons about every situation.
Yeah. Now, how did you end up from Woodland Hills to over in this area? Yeah.
I got a bad reputation from a church of all places, because religion involves other people.
Yes.
Well, those other people did not understand my problems, so I thought I'd move around some.
Yeah. Now, how would you feel if there were places, and I think this would be probably a great idea if we had in parks like this open dialogue with everybody. From, yeah.
Yeah, because it's very easy to judge people.
Yes.
You know, especially without talking to them.
Yes. And getting more involved in just getting along on basic levels. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Because
Sure.
putting aside politics, putting aside, religion and everything like that, everybody gets along on a basic principle. Yeah, where everybody can.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and people fear what they don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for people to understand, and to be even living in homes, people can be, well, they're probably more fearful.
Yeah, sure.
Because of everything that they see on the television.
Sure. Well, because I have mental disabilities, I grew up differently. Because I grew up differently, um, people people pass judgment. After they pass judgment, they tell other people. So rumors get started, and before long, it just comes a whirlwind of untruths.
Yeah, it becomes one big tabloid.
Yes.
Rather than becoming real communication, and where we can just get to the before we can move on with other things, we have to be able to get down to the most basic things.
Well, if one person of a certain social standing says something, they're very likely to be believed.
Yeah, yeah. And then with being more right-brained and with the creative aspect and everything like that, what type of art form would you say you gear towards the most?
I like music.
What any particular kind of music?
A lot of different stuff. Basically, the faster, the better. Although I do like slower music, but guitar music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite artist?
Oh gosh, no. There's many bands that I go back and forth from.
Yeah.
Everything from Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth, which I have actually realized that can be very angry music, which I do have a certain amount of anger, but the angry music can at sometimes calm me down.
Yeah.
And then also, though, it can also make me more hyper.
Yeah.
Which I'm very, very hyper.
Yeah, but it's also it's another human emotion, anger, and it's almost nice. It's very therapeutic because I listen to metal too, and I like how it's like hearing other people's venting. I can relate with that.
Yes.
And it helps calm me down.
Sure.
And the power behind the music, it makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and that they talk about things in heavy metal that maybe pop bands would not typically talk about.
Sure. Yeah.
They bring to light other things.
Music is what is considered a right brain activity, and I am very, very sensitive and into music and art.
Yeah, me too.
I actually have problems with a time because I'm very right brained.
Yeah.
Time is a left brain activity.
It is. It's more analytical versus more right brain is more like free flowing emotion.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I do really well with coming up with melodies, but rhythm is very strange to me.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Did you play an instrument in time?
I've tried playing guitar, but because I did not know how, it was so slow and monotonous that I had problems getting into it.
Yeah, and it also comes down to the teacher. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like the teacher's got to be patient, and they've got to have different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Not just one way.
Yes. I'm also very impatient.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think the way around that is to make something fun.
Sure.
You know.
Enjoy the stage that you're at instead of looking at instead of looking at the destination, enjoy the journey.
Yeah, yeah, that is for sure. Because anything can change at any second.
Sure,
And
sure,
it has.
exactly.
It
Uh-huh.
definitely has. And it could be for, and it's not always. Yeah, it can be. We could even say that it's not even so much good or bad. It's more just, like you said, it's the situation at the time. And do you remember the first metal band that you got into?
Probably, well, the first band that I liked was Rush,
Mhm.
but there's there's a joke about Rush not being heavy metal.
Yeah, yeah. But I think they can. They definitely contributed to it.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but there's still a very different type of music
Yes.
than metal.
More progressive rock.
Yes, exactly.
Do you like other like bands like Yes and King Crimson? Things like
Sure,
that too?
sure.
Yeah, more progressive rock
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, like Bon Jovi.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Um, and did you ever get to go to any concerts growing up?
Yes. Yeah. A number of different ones.
Any ones that stand out? Like,
Metallica, Megadeth.
yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. Where did you see them?
Gosh, the Palladium, the Forum, Irvine Meadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you notice a community within the metal community?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually something that I liked most about the music is I found that a lot of those people had the same attitudes about the rest of the things in society.
And then then we're more open as metalheads. We're more open to uh, differences,
Sure.
right? In
Sure.
everybody, like differences that are not society's narrative and everything like that, but are very much part of everybody's everyday lives. But
Sure.
we're actually, you know, acknowledging it. And so that's a beautiful thing. And do you have a favorite food?
I like a lot of different food because my parents own the ice cream stores. I think it's safe to say that I have a eating disorder.
Yeah.
I do very much like ice cream, but I like to think that I have a open mind, and I'm relatively open to a lot of different foods.
That's good.
Sushi, pizza.
Yeah, and that's good because then you get to try different things.
Yes.
Things that you wouldn't normally get to try.
Yes. I've had escargot, frog legs. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite TV show growing up?
I liked a lot of different shows. I watch a awful lot of TV.
Yeah.
E- 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 everything from the Brady Bunch and Chips to the Dukes of Hazzard. A lot of police and detective shows.
And then like maybe movies like Dick Tracy then and stuff like
Sure.
that. Yeah. Do you have a favorite place in the city?
Parks.
Yeah.
They're calming, relaxing, spiritual places.
Yeah. Do you like to go to the library?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Do you have? Would you say that one library is more favorable than another based off of the environment of it, like the lighting in there, or anything like that?
I like the newer ones better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is your most prized possession? Would you say?
Oh gosh.
And that could be a material thing. That could be a non-material thing.
Um, I guess I would have to now say my my brain,
Yeah.
my ability or my perceived ability to be open, uh, to try to be as non-judgmental as possible.
Yes. And if you could wish for anything, what would it be?
World peace.
Yeah. That's what advice would you have for everyday people?
Oh gosh. Have fun.
Yes.
Relax. Don't stress.
Yes. Yeah.
Enjoy life.
That's definitely people need to have more fun, and it seems like
Sure.
fun is starting has gotten lost somewhere
Yes.
along
And it's actually something that I do have a lot of problems with. I grew up much differently than this, with my parents owning a business, and living like this is quite a challenge.
Yeah.
But that's what life is a challenge.
Were there fun moments though growing up with your parents?
I got along good with my parents, which was great.
Yeah,
So my home life was relatively good.
that's really good.
Um,
What
I
about with your sister?
no,
My son.
my sisters and I never really got along.
Were they older or younger than you?
I've got one sister that's 7 years older that I really don't even remember her being at the house that much, and then my younger sister is 2 years younger, which she probably took a lot of crap because of me. Uh, Whether it was me being a bully to her, because I was bullied in school, or the crap that she took from other people in school because she was my sister.
And it came out as venting, and it
Yes,
maybe came out as venting your way.
sure.
Yeah. Um, what would you, if you had to say to people out there, what is the main thing that everybody can do to maybe help your situation and everybody else is living on the streets? That what is the main thing that you could drive home? Would you say it's that people need to just come out and talk?
Communicate.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Have a open mind as much as possible. Uh, Although the ego naturally tries to keep us safe by by looking for patterns, and but uh, it's necessary to keep a open mind.
Yes. Yeah. Have you seen improvements at all on the streets, or has it gone down, or has it gone up, or has it kind of stayed the same?
It seems like it's better. Exactly why I don't know. There's an awful lot of churches that serve meals. Although I've heard that the housing has gotten more difficult,
Mm,
and how it can sometimes takes years.
yeah, yeah. Um, has it been relatively safe? Would you say being on the streets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of thieving that it happens. You know, if a person needs money, you
yeah.
know, they'll very often steal a bike or a phone. You know,
How much of the opposite side? How much camaraderie have you seen? Have you seen a decent amount of camaraderie at all?
some although a lot of the homeless are either on drugs or they have a mental situation.
Yeah.
I actually feel that all people have some kind of mental situation happening. So yeah, the awareness of I feel would help.
Yeah.
I find that everything is not only good but also bad. There's good and bad in every situation.
Yeah. Yeah. But one, I think there is one like really good fundamental, and that is that I don't think anybody can really argue with is that nature is something we all need to not shape to our image.
Yes. Yes, like nature and try to be involved as much as possible with nature and what's natural.
Yes,
That's God. That's the spirit,
it is.
spiritual.
It is.
The
Truly
uh,
is.
the more involved I am with nature, the closer I am with spirit
Yes.
and
Yes.
God.
And it is our creator and our destroyer
Yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time.
exactly.
It it gives us everything we need, and it's like why are we trying to reshape it into something in human form when it already is good in the way that it is?
Because we very often want things our way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for doing
Sure.
this interview today and sharing your story.
Sure.
All right. And thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on People We See.